Aloha, my friends. This is Billy Wiggly coming at you live from the Ninth Island, Las Vegas, Nevada. How you doing today? Are you staying positive? Have you been working on it all week long? You know what we talk about all the time? PMA, the key to being able to make your dreams a reality. Positive mental attitude, but we got to work on it, right? How do we do it? Constantly focus on the positives. Just look for the positives. Any kind of negative you run into, look for the positives. And you're going to start to have clarity and find solutions. And then take it to the next level. Just like I always say, don't get mad. Get skills. Like these kind of skills. What I've got right here is I've got what's for lunch. So let's say that we've got a list. And our list is located right here. So we've got some different types of lunch: salad, burger, pizza, sandwich. And then right here, we have the specific items tied to those lunch types. What we have right in this cell is we have some data validation, which gives us a drop down where we pick the lunch type. So let's say, hey, I'm going to have a salad. And then we can just move on down to pick the item. So based on whatever I pick here will determine what I see here. So because I picked salads, I'm going to see the types. The lunch type is salad, and then here's the different salad items: garden salad, pasta salad, taco salad, and chef salad. So based on what I choose right up here, that is going to determine what happens here. So this list depends on what I pick up here. So now that I've got salad as my lunch type, what I will see as my lunch items should be garden, pasta, taco, and the like. If I go and select, for example, pizza, then I'm going to see the pizza items available to me: cheese, pepperoni, meat lovers, just like that. And you know, to do this, it's pretty cool and it's easy. Check it out. All right, there we have it. Here's our worksheet that we're going to work in. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to press Control A to select this range of data right here, to select my list. And actually, Control A is selecting that up there also. So Control A is not going to work for me in this case. I'm just going to go ahead and manually select that list right there. And then in my Formulas tab, what I want to do is I want to create some defined names from that range of data. So I'm going to say create from selection. And when I click create from selection, Excel is asking me, hey, you want to create those names from values in the top row or the left column? Well, in this case, I want to do it from the top row. I want those items. So I'll just check that one right there. So let me go right in here and deselect left column, and I'm going to press OK. Click. Replace existing definition of salad. Yes, 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 yes. And those are appearing right there because in that demo that I just showed y'all, I already had those defined. So because I had both workbooks open at the same time, somehow this workbook is still trying to reference that one. But we've solved it now. So we selected our range of data. We went to create from selection, and we selected from the top row, not any of the other ones, just the top row. And then now when we go to our name manager, we can see that we have our defined names there. Cool. And now watch this. Let's go up here to the name box. And in the name box, look at this. We define some names, and each one of this is attached to something. So when I click burger, look at that. That is the list for burger. Salad, that's the list for salad, and the like. So now let's go ahead and go to our data tab. So remember, the first thing is, went to the formulas, defined our name range. And now we go to the data tab. And in the data tab, we're going to click right here on data validation. So I'm gonna click on data validation. Let me minimize this ribbon here. Whoops, close this. Auto hide the ribbon for me. So now let me go in here and see data validation. And let's zoom in on it real quick here so we can get a good look. So for my lunch type, make sure I'm in the right cell, right there. Okay, for my lunch type. Now click up here. I'm in full screen view. This is Microsoft 365. What I'm doing right now, you can use it pretty much. I know that I've been able to do this since 2007 and when I learned how to do it. So you can, regardless of the version that you're in, more than likely you're going to be able to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on data validation. Remember that I selected that cell right there. Now my lunch type, let's zoom in. So for my settings, I want to pick from a list, and then the source of my list is this header row right here. Boop, that's it. So for the input message, here's where you can put in, pick your lunch type. Some instructions. You don't even need to have instructions if you don't want to. But it's good to have it just in case, you're going to have other users using the spreadsheet. Make it easy on everybody else. If you want to make things easy for yourself, you do whatever it takes to make it easy for everybody else around you. So you want to make it easy for people to use your spreadsheet, put some instructions in here. And here we go. So we're going to say the input message is the lunch type. Pick your lunch type from the list. And then for the error, we're just going to say this is going to be an error message. And the type of error message is a stop. You can't proceed. And right in here for the error messages, please choose from the selection only. All right. So we got the input message. We got the settings. Cool. Now we see that we can go ahead and pick the lunch type. There's our instructions. And right over here, we can click on the drop down and select salad, burger, and the like. So when we pick salad, we want there to be a drop down that appears right here that shows us the types of salad, garden salad, taco salad, and the like, so that it matches what we're seeing right here. Regardless of which one of these items we pick, we're going to get the corresponding lunch item that goes with the lunch type. So we've got our lunch type selected. Now for our lunch item, let's go back to our data validation. Remember, I put my marquee right where I want the data validation to go. Begin with the end in mind. Habit number 2 of highly effective people applies to Excel. Begin with the end in mind. Habit number 1, be proactive. You're doing that right now by taking a moment to getting yourself some skills. So now we're going to go to our second data validation, our dependent dropdown. The dropdown that is displayed depends on what salad type or what lunch type you pick. So we allow from a list. And in order to make this work, we got to use a function that's called the indirect function. So I'm just going to say equals indirect. And then I'm going to tell Excel indirect of what? Indirect of right there. Whoops. We want to open the parentheses and then click. And now we close parentheses. And just to show you, you don't really have to have an input message. This is saying this error message, you should always read these. It's not an error message. It's just information. It's telling me that, hey, look, the source currently evaluates to an error. Do you want to continue? And the reason why it does that is because it doesn't know what it thinks that I haven't selected anything yet up at the lunch type. So now I go right back in here. I'm going to say, yeah, I'm going to continue. It's okay. Well, you can put a title and input message if you want. You don't have to. I'm just going to leave it blank just so that you can see that you don't have to, but it's always good to do it. And then for the error alerts, do you want to continue here? Yes, we read this. We understand. We're good. And then you can make it a stop, which is what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to put anything in here. So here we'll have our settings. from a list. It's the indirect. And then now I can just go ahead and press OK. Boom. Press here, yes. Yes, I do want to continue. And then now we're working. So now let me go ahead and delete the contents of that. And now pick salad. And then now you notice I didn't have any instructions, so I don't have a little instruction pop-up tip to tell me what to do. So watch out. No instructions, not necessary, but it's good to have. And now because, whoops, what happened here? Maybe my reference is incorrect. Oh. The number one error in Excel is user error. It's usually you or me making the error, and it's usually something really simple. I want you to look at what I'm referencing here. I want the indirect of G3. Well, guess what? This is G3. I didn't want the indirect of that. I want the indirect of this. So maybe that's why I kept getting that information telling me that it refers to an error, okay? Or that the current way that I have it set up results in an error. So this right here should be G2. See, I clicked on the wrong one. So let me just go right over here and click on G2. Now we should be fine. Now whenever I go to different input messages, now see, there's no notification telling me that something's going on. So you really got to read these and figure out exactly, hey, Excel is trying to tell me something here. I wasn't really too worried about that one because it's an information, and I've seen it before when I'm doing data validation. I should have known by now because I've done this error lots of times. So now that we've got the indirect pointing at the right spot, now I can press OK. And now we see that when we chose a salad, we have the different items that correspond to the salad. When I go right ahead and choose your burger, now we've got the items that correspond with the burger, just like that. Isn't that cool? Yay! Oh, man, I love doing these YouTube live streams because that way you know for sure that I'm normal, and then it's normal for you to make mistakes. So whenever you see me making some mistakes over here, it's for your benefit because I love you and I want you to keep on learning. That's why I want to encourage you to check out the link in the description down below, or if you're watching this on Facebook, check the description up above, and there's going to be a link that's going to take you to my favorite Excel 30 power tips. It's a live workshop that I'm doing. It's going to be 2 days. Live class number 1 is on Thursday, October 14th. Live class number 2 is on Friday, October 14th. I'm going to prepare a workbook so that you can follow along hands-on. It's 30 power tips. When you go to this website, click on any of the topics so that you can see what I'm covering in those topics. All the orange buttons, you click on them, it's just $47. It's normally would have been $440 plus. I'm giving it to you for $47. And it comes with 2 courses.